Harihi Om Tat Sat. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. I was continuing austerity yesterday also. I would continue the subject again. Austerity is a very, very important, nay, inevitable part of spiritual and religious life. I would even say any good and noble life. Goodness and nobility are two important words, concepts, like beauty, gold, brilliance, splendor, etc. Goodness is also something very, very nice and beautiful. Equally so is nobility. For any good or noble life also, austerity is important. What is this austerity? As I mentioned, part of it consists in eliminating or denying some of the practices, thoughts, indulgences, etc., which you already have, either habitually or as inborn traits. Many of the people are given to speaking lies. So to lie is a habit. To hurt another by words and otherwise is also a habit. To find fault with others is another habit. Not to be happy over others' qualities and virtues is another trouble. Intolerance of various kinds. Then you know the commonly spoken of trait like jealousy, hatred, etc. These are all undesirable. These undesirable traits should be identified and a definite effort should be made to eliminate them. How will you eliminate them? First of all, by trying to know that they are undesirable. What is the meaning of the word undesirable? Something that is not desirable by the normal human mind and its judgment. If something is undesirable, is there anybody who should like it or will like it? So the moment you have an evaluation that this is undesirable, from that moment onwards, that undesirable element should vacate from your system. Be sensitive and conscious about it. Idleness, lethargy, postponing matters, wild imagination, expectation, all these are undesirable. They tense the mind, congest the mind, constrict the mind, and normal functioning will be greatly adversely affected. Then what is the next step? It is inclusion or incorporation of the desirable elements. What are the desirables? You will find a list of items are there. A list of them. Not hurting anybody, speaking the truth, not taking another's property without his consent, keeping the body, the place of stay, the articles you use, all of them in a clean and orderly manner. Ahimsa, Satyam, Asteyam, Shaujam, Atmani, Vinigraha. Have control over your body, over your senses, tongue, mind, intelligence, etc. Now this is something that you have to include. As part of austerity, we have some very good practices. Going to participate in satsang is very important. Normally, ever since you wake up till you go to bed and sleep, we are exposed to and we interact with the world objects. Within these objects you will find members of the family, members of the society, colleagues in the professional front, and unexpectedly many others. All of them will form part of our interactional circle. The objects may not talk to us, but living being will always have their reactions. So that interpersonal interaction becomes more complex and sometimes very displeasing also. So we have a number of interactions with the world, many of which are not pleasant. So you must progressively develop a system of providing better, good, noble inputs into your system. This can be had only by satsang, attending places where good things, truthful things are spoken. All our satsangs are supposed to be discussing truth and virtues surrounding the truth. That is why it is called satsang. Another important part is swadhyaya. What does it mean? Reading the spiritual and philosophical texts like the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the various Prakarana Granthas and the like. You can read good biographies of Mahatmas, high souls. Discuss them also. So you must yourself provide good inputs into your system. Otherwise we only have secular, world, undesirable inputs. So make sure that every day you have at least 1 hour of good inputs into your system. That is very necessary. Either you participate in and listen to satsang, or generate the satsang for you yourself by reading books, by reading the holy texts. We have something like Sahasranama Japa, Bhagavad Gita recitation. So many things, Vedic recitations are there. The purpose is to undergo the austerity of reciting it on the one hand and trying to make it an input into your system. When the spiritual and philosophical inputs go on filling your system and the system starts reflecting them, radiating them, you will find the personality changes. After all, it's a very scientific, systematic, rational process, but people don't understand it to be so. That is the trouble. Every day you are seeing members of the family, and as children grow you will find difference of opinion will be there. They get distance from the parents. What is to be done? So you must have a positive input through satsang or by reading, listening to or reading. 2 are the important venues, audio, visual. Either you listen to or you see a book and read. These are very important. When the system is sufficiently saturated with this kind of a good, noble and elevating inputs, you will find the personality changes. You will start understanding the ephemerality or transitory nature of the world. I have received an email yesterday or day before yesterday. A young woman, she has written saying that, Swamiji, enough of this household life. She and her husband, both of them are professionals. She is having a little unpleasantness. I am trying my best, but I find this life is not all right. I want to be exposed to something entirely different. I want to have peace, joy from within myself. The usual secular routines and secular procedures are not going to give me what I want. I have understood it. See, a change of personality takes place. This world is always supposed to generate or create tapatrayam, threefold misery. Anyone in this world cannot avoid this. The only way to eliminate them, redress them, is by knowing the supreme truth, as Srimad Bhagavata says, Vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonulanam. To eliminate the tapatraya, the threefold misery, the supreme truth in the nature of auspicious self has to be known. So read it, understand it, evaluate matters and develop more and more of what the spiritual fondness, a good personality, a noble personality, a benevolent nature. So it is a process of a systematic growth and there is nobody on earth who can resent it because it generates joy, it gives you more sensitivity, it makes you more efficient, clean, honorable and worth emulating. The spiritual person is a model person. The devotee is a model human. Everyone looks to such a person as a good, effective and benevolent person. Harihi Om Tas. Harihi Om Tas. Jai Guru.